Welcome back to the Mighty Mansfield show. Now, today, it's bank holiday weekend actually. And what I'm doing today is Sunday. What I'm doing today is I'm going down the caravan shop again. And I'm going to get myself another, I've got one already, I've got a water barrel. But I'm going to get another one because I'll go through it quite quickly. So I thought if I get 2 barrels and then get a hose, one of them retractable hoses as well, I could just use that because they're 40 litres, so they're quite heavy when they're full up. You can put them on a roller, I don't, I'll carry them, but I'm going to get a hose anyway and run it over there. But before I do that, what I've decided to do is go and try out a new bakery. Now, it's just, I just found out about it, it's in Swindon, which I think it's junction 16 off the M4, 15, 16 I think. Anyway, I'm going to go to Swindon, I'm going to try out this new bakery. See what they got. I'm guessing it's going to be a little bit like Gregg's, but let's go find out. So here we have it, Bakery 79 this is called. Right, so I just went in there, this Bakery 79, and I think it used to be at Gregg's. It's got exactly the same layout. But anyway, so what I got, they were advertising a breakfast pot. Now I've got that, and we'll have a look at it. But I will say, they give me this cup, right? I ordered a cup of tea. And Bakery 79 written on it, but this is an insulated cup, so it's a reusable one. Which, this day and age of plastics and things like that, I get the whole recycling thing, and we don't want to use too much plastic. But the thing is, if you go to this place, you can reuse this cup over and over again, which I think is a great idea. And they didn't charge you for it either, so that was nice. So the whole lot cost me £5.99, I think. Anyway, I like that idea. I do like that idea. So, the breakfast pot. So this didn't break the bank. This was £5.99, like I say. And it's not. I'm not going to say that looks amazing, but that's basically what we're getting. We've got beans, bacon, some funny egg-looking thing. Strimmer. So I'm going to have to go around the corner. By the way, this is Sunday, so whoever's using that strimmer, what a... Right, so I pulled up around the corner now. What on... who uses it was a head trimmer. A hedge trimmer. Who uses that on a bank holiday Sunday morning? 8 o'clock, you know what I mean? 2-stroke engine. Anyway, let's get back on it. So I've got a bit of sausage in here, some hash brown type things, a little bit of bacon, some beans. That's basically what we're having. So it's not amazing, is it? It don't look amazing. But there is steam coming off it, so, you know, we'll see. I didn't get offered any sauce either, so I've gone the old beans first. They're not very hot. I do have a bit of ketchup here, so I'm going to use that. But the beans are a bit cold. So this all came out of like, this all came out of a bain-marie style. You know, where they keep it hot in the counter and all that, which isn't my favourite, because no, they never stays that hot, does it? Anyway, let's have a go. So cheers to old Ronald McDonald, who seems to have saved the day. Right, then we got these little sort of like hash brown nugget things. Oh yeah, they are stone cold. Stone cold, they're like bullets. And then a sausage that it's been freshly cooked about 3.5 months ago, I think. That's what it looks like. Let's have a go. Cheap. Tastes cheap to me. Bit warmer than the hash brown things, but tasted slightly better than it looked. And then this is the bacon. Half of it's missing. So I'm not very impressed with that. I like it. If I'm only getting 1 slice of bacon, I'd do expect a full slice. So the bacon's not bad. There's just not much of it. And then we got this thing. Now I'm not looking forward to this. I think that's an egg. I think. But it doesn't look too clever to me. Oh, that's horrible. Show you the inside of this. Look. How can you call that an egg? That's been frozen, isn't it? That's like a frozen omelette. Yeah, no, that don't do it for me. So, this is what I really think of it. Now, it started off okay with the old cup, didn't it? But I wasn't asked if I wanted ketchup, but luckily old Ronald had supplied me with some. $5.99 is cheap, and it's cheap for a reason. What would I rate it? Everything bar the beans was, and the beans weren't hot either, but they were about the only edible thing I would say was on there. The bacon, hardly any of it was there. I'm going to have to give that a 1 out of 10. That is pretty bad. Now, if this is a new bakery, and Gregg's didn't work there, then they need to up their game, because they're not going to be there very long. But I did get a decent travel cup out of it, so I'll be taking that to work with me. And yeah, let's go and do beer of the week. Right, so I'm back in my private spot now, and come back to see Max. Basically, I've been down, got me water barrel, my extra water barrel for my caravan, and I went and got breakfast on the way, didn't I? And I've got to say, it was awful. So this is Bakery 79, and it's on the 420, the A420 in Swindon, and it was dreadful. It wasn't even lukewarm. Some of it, the hash browns were just, ugh. Anyway, so I think these guys need to up their game if they're gonna survive there, because Gregg's didn't survive there, did it? But it used to be a Gregg's. I've recently just found out. So I'm not driving anywhere now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do beer of the week. Now what I've got today is Henry Weston's vintage cider, and that's made in Herefordshire. I've got to say it's quite warm in the UK at the moment, so on a hot day I like a nice cold cider. But I think I might have done this one before actually, I can't remember now. Anyway, cheers. That is nice. That is what a proper cider should taste. Get that sour taste to start with and a huge hit of sweetness behind it. Really happily, yeah. I like this one. In fact, I think my mate actually recommended this. So yeah, you're right, it's decent. So my beer snack of the week is, let me put that down here. I've got these, and these are Ginny's Crunchy Nuts Famous Toasted Corn. I don't know how famous they are, I mean I've never heard of them, but have a little go. So they're basically like little bits of sweet corn nut. I like that. That reminds me of the old Honey Munster. Do you remember the old sugar puffs? Obviously they're a bit sweeter, these aren't sweet, but certainly get that taste of the corn behind it. Yeah, very sugar puffy. So yeah, I can pretty much recommend these. These are nice actually. Toasted corn. Yeah. Right, so I'm going to finish this up now. I can recommend both of them, toasted corn and Henry Weston's vintage cider. I'm going to finish this up because I've got to sort the van out tonight. You know, obviously I'm stopping here tonight, and yeah. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this episode. Swerve the old Bakery 79 and go back to Gregg's, because I think they're a copy of Gregg's and they're not as good. Anyway, like I say, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll catch up with you in the next one. Cheers.